Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back. Lullaby of Obedience. When I first saw this card, I was like, whoa, what is this? This card is actually broken. Yes, broken. With its original card text. But then later, later today, then its card text got updated and fully translated. And now it states that your opponent has to pick the declared monster, pick between two choices. Since, as you know, if you activate the Lullaby, it's a regular spell card. You can pay 2000 life points to declare one monster name. Doesn't really matter which one. And then look through your opponent's deck, and if they have one of those monsters, let's say Aether or Luster Pendulum or whatever, the Dark Planet, Dark Destroyer, you know, doesn't really matter which monster it is, then your opponent can pick two options. Either they add that card, the declared monster, to your hand, to your own hand, so the hand of the controller of Lullaby, or the other option is they special summon the monster, ignoring the summoning conditions. So let's say I activate, we're playing a Cosmo Mirror match, and I activate Lullaby, and I declare, let's say, Cosmo Dark Planet. Then if my of course, I have to know that my opponent is playing Dark Planet, so Lullaby is definitely a card that's probably going to be side-decked, especially for mirror matches. Something like the Cosmo Mirror match could be important. And let's say I activate Lullaby and I declare Dark Planet, then my opponent has to give, or at least, yeah, pick one of his Dark Planets from his deck and either special summon it to my side of the field, ignoring the summoning conditions, or give that card and add it to my own hand. Of course, he's not going to special summon Dark Planet on the field, at least on my side of the field, and he's probably just going to give it and then I add it to my hand. But yesterday, before the updated card text, it wasn't too sure, and I think a lot of people thought, including myself, that the owner of Lullaby, so the person who activated the Lullaby of Obedience, got to pick which effect that they'll use, and that's a huge difference. So let's say, like, you know your opponent is playing Ghost Reaper, you can just use Lullaby for Ghost Reaper, and then your opponent has to give your Ghost Reaper, and of course you're going to get that Ghost Reaper to your hand if of course the controller of Lullaby can pick the card. But sadly, well, it's not really sadly, since that would have made this card like busted as hell. It's the opponent gets to pick which effect is going to be used here. So okay, that's definitely something to keep in mind. So a few options right from the top of my head, as you see here, like in the Monarch Mirror match, Aether. Of course, if you declare Aether, your opponent is not giving you the Aether to your hand. They'll summon it to your side of the field, which is okay, not really the most optimal way. They lose an Aether from their engine, from their deck, and if you're playing the Exceed variant of Monarchs, you can go for a rank 8 Exceed play, possibly. If you're playing in the Cosmo Mirror match, cards like Dark Destroyer or maybe Dark Planet are two options, but keep in mind that if the Dark Destroyer from your opponent is destroyed on your side of the field, they'll get the effect. If I'm not mistaken, they can just banish it from their grave to search, so that's something to keep in mind. But a free pop, a free destruction by a Dark Destroyer is of course always nice. It's a bit gimmicky against Brilliant Fusion decks that only play like one Garnet and no Lazuli. Then you can just use Lullaby to get their Garnet, but that seems very mediocre, since from the top of my head, Monarch decks these days, when they use Brilliant Fusion, they're also playing like Jax Knight or Lazuli itself, so multiple targets for Brilliant Fusion. But for the Pendulum Mirror match, that's something very crucial, like you can search their Sorcerer, but keep in mind, if you use it for something like a Synchro Summon, it will be sent to their extra deck, so that's something to keep in mind. Or search the Draco Slayer Luster Pendulum to go for a possible Ignister, use your opponent's Luster Pendulum, but again the same, keep in mind that the Luster Pendulum will be sent to your opponent's extra deck face up, so they can use it during their own turn. Against Glyforts, searching out the Scout, your opponent's Scout can be a nifty Exodia. Well, who runs Exodia these days? But declaring one of their parts, like the head, could immediately win you the duel. Your opponent's going to special summon it to your side of the field, so they can still destroy it, attack over it, and maybe get it back from their grave with something like Monster Reincarnation. Horakthi, you know, the god Horakthi, you should be able to special summon it from your opponent's deck. Nobody plays this card. And even though if your opponent is playing with Horakti, they'll never summon it to your side of the field off of Lullaby. In a DD mirror match, it could be also a very nice card, like calling something like Ragnarok, as you see here, is very crucial, since Ragnarok has some amazing effects in DDDs. The Blue Eyes mirror match, calling out Chaos Max, for example, or Alternative Dragon, which we are getting really soon here in the TCG, could be very important. Against Burning Abyss, again, due to the change or the upgraded card text, calling Tour Guide wouldn't really make much sense, since your opponent is, of course, going to special summon it to your side of the field. Sure, they'll lose a Tour Guide, their Tour Guide from the deck, but you also gain a level 3 on your side of the field to go for a possible rank 3 Exceed summon, but that's not really too great. So no Ghost Reaper, no Maxi. Of course, if you call Ghost Reaper your opponent will special summon your Ghost Reaper, at least their Ghost Reaper, to your side of the field. Same with Monkey Board, Joker. Stratos could be cool, especially for the OCG, since Stratos is still legal. The Fiends, and so on. Okay, let's see a few example hands. Alright, here, the Pendulum Mirror match. You're playing 2 different Pendulum decks. I get to start, you know, the Sky Arc shenanigans these days by searching the Phoenix or the Unicorn to tutor your scales is just too strong. And here, very crucial, he has 2 options, either special summon the Pendulum Sorcerer on my side of the field and then have to use its effect to pop my scales, for example. But I get to search and I still have my Pendulum Summon left, and he decides to put the Sorcerer in my hand. Very crucial, since now I can Pendulum Summon off everything on board, use his Sorcerer to pop my own Ariadne, and so on. And very crucial here is not go for a Synchro Summon or not leave his Sorcerer on my side of the field, just use it as an Exceed summon for the Draco Slayer Exceed, make it an Exceed material, so it will be sent to the graveyard. Prevent your opponent from using the used Exceed or their Exceed that you summoned off of your Lullaby. But yeah, my field was too strong. Thanks to Lullaby, getting that Sorcerer from the opponent, so it's something for the mirror matches that this card can be very crucial. Cosmo mirror match, same thing. My hand is okay, nothing too broken, but yeah, you know, Fire King Island into Slip Rider, I have to pop my own island, never leave it face up on the field for your opponent to destroy during their own turn. Then during the end phase I can go for Tin Can as well, but use Lullaby, and at my end, of course I know my opponent is playing Dark Planet, so I can get his Dark Planet in my hand. He's not going to special summon it to my side of the field. I have to pay the cost, banish 2 Cosmo monsters, but I can fill my grave, and Dark Planet is still a very nice beat stick on my side of the field. 4k attack, and can negate spells from the opponent. Very crucial here. This could have been like a very stally match, him sitting on Farmville into Dark Destroyer, popping my own monsters, or at least popping one of my small pilots and then attacking to the other one. I would have been forced to go for Dark Destroyer, and then yeah, him stalling with his Dark Destroyer. But yeah, let's not waste let's not waste time here. Next mirror match, you know, Blue Eyes will be very, very big very soon when all the cards are released, and yeah, targets from the top of my head, of course, Chaos Max, the Ritual could be an excellent target. The Chaos Max can also be searched by the Melody, not to forget. But in this case, I was able to search both Alternative and the regular Blue Eyes, since I have to bypass his Synchro. You know, the level 9 Synchro Blue Eyes, a new one, can also is like a Soul Drain. You can negate any monster effect from the opponent from its grave. And here I wasn't expecting the course. He must have added it like last minute. Wasn't expecting that, so I go for main phase 2, go for Titanic Galaxy, go for the level 9 Synchro as well, but Titanic Galaxy again proving it's very crucial against something like Blue Eyes, prevent them from going for their own Chaos Max, untargetable beat stick, too good, and of course indeed I went for Titanic Galaxy because I have 2 Gospels in my grave. My hand was better than his, but again Lullaby providing some nice searches here. Another mirror match, Raid Raptors, also could be very crucial. He opens well. I think he can go for 4 Strix, indeed, to get a search. Any monster search, go for the last Strix, and there is the Zapdos Ultimate Falcon. And he deals 1k damage, and that's that's going to be very crucial, since the beautiful part of Lullaby is that it does cost 2k life points, but now the difference of both our life points is 3k, and that's crucial, since now I can go for the new Burner Falcon, I believe the name is, Blade Burner Falcon, boost its attack up to 4k, so I can attack over its monster, use its effect to pop his Force Tricks, and then 1800 directly and set 2 back rows. Not thinking about this, immediately use Chaos Trapple to banish his monster, not let him establish a board, and essentially searching due to his nest. I think I have to use Gust here. Otherwise he would have been, I think he called Singing Lanius, indeed, since otherwise he would have been able to use his own nest here and go for a rank 4 Exceed. You know that rank 4 Exceed that needs 3 level 4s that can attack all special summon monsters from the opponent, and that would have been crucial, that I think would have been game, so I had to use Gust, and eventually Zerofine can clean up the duel and I can attack for a game. Very nice. Lullaby definitely coming through here. Last, a bit gimmicky, which scenario is never going to happen, but it could. Remember the magical explosion days, but again something like Exodia, and of course it's your Lullaby is not searchable, but it could be nice. Declare the head of Exodia, the opponent can't do anything, he does get a draw still from his draw phase, but no outs, and he again doesn't want to waste time. Again, the opponent's not going to give it the Exodia part to your hand, add it to your hand. He's definitely going to special summon it. He still has a chance to destroy the head and eventually, possibly still win the game by Exodia. But yeah, outside of that, Lullaby again, it's an interesting card, but I don't think it's definitely not broken with this card text. But something like the side deck for certain mirror matches, that could be very nice when we get Lullaby. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching, and feel free to leave a comment or a like if you enjoyed the video. Lithium signing out. Peace.